चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लाङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरम् सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं प्रणमामि च माधव देवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. As previously told, we are going through various life stories of various personalities, devotees that are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. We are not doing a continuous or a chronological reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it has been ordered by Most Revered Turiyashrami Maharaj that I should read or I should speak in English the holy biographies of various Bhagavatas, the devotees, pure devotees mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. Because chronologically, if we go through, then it will take a lot many days, many years to go through the entire thing. So probably that is the reason, or another reason is for my own purification, so that I will get an opportunity to read. If I have to speak, then I have to read, I have to understand, I have to hear myself. So for my own welfare, this has been ordered by Most Revered Turiyashrami Maharaj. So following his instructions, I think we have started with the first episode, the discussion between Nimi and the Navayogendras. The discussion between the 9 Yogendras and Nimi Maharaj. We started with that. Then we went through the Avadhuta Brahmana's life. We read Dhruva's narration, Ambarish Maharaj, and then we also had heard King Chitraketu's life, We also have gone through the life of the Vrittasura and the teachings of Narada Goswami to Vedavyasa. We have gone through that. And very recently, what did we read? Najamila. Very recently, yesterday we, have gone through. I mean, not completed. I should say, we have, because Srimad Bhagavatam can never be completed. The devotional topics can never be completed. There is only a temporary pause. How many ever times we go through Srimad Bhagavatam and the holy life of these great personalities, so much more nectar we will get from this. We also read Gajendra's prayers. If you remember, Gajendra's prayers also we read. So the more we, go through these holy biographies, the more we will be purified, the more and more we will, be able to receive the Krishna Ananda, the bliss in Krishna Katha, the bliss in the holy biography of the devotees. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had repeatedly heard the narrations of Dhruva and Prahlad from Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. It is written in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Hundreds of times he heard from Gadadhar Pandit. But still, he was not completely satisfied. He wants to hear more. He is indicating to all of us, transcendental topics, the more you go through them, the more you would want to go through them again. If you think that by going through once I have finished, then actually you have not gone through those life stories or instructions properly. The more you read, the more you feel like, reading it again, or, hearing it again, listening it again. So this is the, beauty of transcendental world, that it never becomes stale, it never becomes old, it's ever fresh, it's always new. So now after, we have, you can say, concluded temporarily the holy life of Ajamila, we will get an opportunity, we will read again. Again and again they are to be read, again and again they are to be, analyzed not with the material mind, but through mercy. We have to introspect by hearing all these, narrations of these great personalities. Introspection is very, very essential. You understand introspection? You understand? No. Introspection is, to study our own self. Where am I standing today? Whether I am following these instructions or not? What should I do to rectify myself? Seeing into one's own self, that is introspection. We have to introspect ourselves. Not, I read Ajamila's story, very nice, let's go to the next one. No. What is the takeaway from that? Where do I stand? What am I supposed to do? Introspect. Try to understand, analyze the self. And then we will be able to relish the bliss. So, our most revered Gurudev, he often, particularly towards the, final pastimes of his, he would often speak about Jada Bharat, King Bharat, how he had passed through 3 lives as King Bharat, and then as a deer, and then finally as Jada Bharat. Because he got attached to a deer. He had left everything to perform bhajan, but he got attached to a deer. Therefore, he had to become a deer in his next life. But because of his devotional past, a person who has performed devotion, that devotion will never go away. That will always remain. All material riches, material accumulations, prosperities, they will all be gone the moment the body is gone. Even while we are living, they are gone many times for many persons. But for those, maximum they can stay up to the point of death. After that, all the material riches are finished. If we take another birth, we have to again earn money, we have to again construct a new house, we have to again buy a new car. Everything will be, afresh. Whereas if we perform devotion, that is going to be there eternally. Wherever we stopped in this lifetime, in the next time life we will begin from that point only. We don't have to again start from zero. Because bhakti is eternal. Bhakti is the property of Atma. Atma is there and bhakti is there in the Atma. How much ever devotion we have performed, that is being carried forward. So, in this holy life of Bharat, Guru Maharaj repeatedly used to say how human birth is very, very rare. And one should not misutilize this wonderful opportunity that the Lord has given to us. Jada Bharat, everything was all right, but because he had got attachment to a deer, he had become a deer in his next birth. But because he was devoted, he could remember that in the past he left everything to perform bhajan, but because he got attached to a deer, today he became a deer. Therefore, he did not associate with other deers. He only associated with the sadhus. How many of us will have such an opportunity? Guru Maharaj used to say that Jada Bharat could remember his past and therefore he did not associate with other materialistic persons or with other animals. He stayed in the company of the sadhus. And soon after that he became a Brahmana, Jada Bharat. So, whether we will get that opportunity, no guarantee. So, you should not waste this precious opportunity. Guru Maharaj repeatedly used to tell about this, and in this context he would speak about Jada Bharat for sure. So, taking this inspiration and praying for his blessings, we will start about the holy life of Jada Bharat in 5th canto, 7th chapter. So now before this, Rishabhadeva's life is mentioned, because Rishabhadev is a son of Nabhi and Rishabhadev's son is Bharat. Bharat Maharaj is son of Rishabhadev. Rishabhadev's father is Nabhi. Rishabhadev and then Bharat. Okay. So we will go through Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto 7th chapter verse number 1. Shri Shuka Uvacha Bharatantu Mahabhagavato Yada Bhagavata Vanitala Paripalanayo Sanchinti Tastadan Anushasana Paraha Panchajaning Vishwarupa Duhitaram Upayeme. Shri Shukadev kahilen, हे राजन, परम भागवत भरत भगवान ऋषभदेवेर संकल्प मात्रेयी अर्थात ब्रह्मावर्ते प्रस्थान काले ऋषभदेव भरत के राज्य पालनादि कार्य नियुक्त करिबार जे संकल्प करियाछिलेन तद अनुसारे पृथ्वी पालन कार्य नियुक्त हइलेन एवं ताहार आज्ञाय विश्वरूप दुहिता पंचजनीर पाणिग्रहण करिलेन. Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. My dear king, Bharata is a Mahabhagavata, is a great devotee. He is a son of Rishabhadev, Bhagavan Rishabhadev. Rishabhadev is the incarnation of Supreme Lord only. That's why it's called Rishabhadev. Dev means, God. So Rishabhadev is Supreme Lord and Bharat is son of that Rishabhadev. So before Rishabhadev disappeared from this world, he had the desire that his eldest son, Bharat, take over the sovereignty of the kingdom. He thought that Bharat should rule the kingdom. So, understanding the desire of his father, after his father departed, Bharat had become the king of that particular kingdom. And he became engrossed in the performing the kingly activities. Also, by the desire of his father Rishabhadev, he married the daughter of Vishwarupa. Her name is Panchajani. He married Panchajani, the daughter of Vishwarupa. It's also by the desire of his father Rishabhadev. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, "Ei saptam adhyaye राजभवने अवस्थान काले यज्ञेर द्वारा एवं वने प्रव्रजाश्रमे पत्र पुष्पादिर द्वारा सत्य संकल्प महाराज भरत भक्ति भरे श्री हरिर आराधना करियाछिलेन इहा वर्णित हइयाछे." So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes that in this particular chapter we are going to read about how King Bharat had spent his life. When he was in the kingdom, when he was a ruler, when he was a king, at that time he performed so many sacrifices, fire sacrifices and so many other sacrificial activities he performed. And later, when he left the kingdom and he entered the forest, he worshipped Lord Hari through flowers, fruits, leaves, etc. In this manner, he spent his entire lifetime in devotional activities or dharmic activities, religious activities only. This is what we are going to hear in this particular chapter. भरतस्तु किंतु भरत अर्थात ऋषभदेव भगवान किंतु भरत परम भागवत यह तु शब्देर अर्थ. So Sukadeva Goswami starts this chapter by saying Bharatantu, Bharatastu. Tu means, in Sanskrit, tu means but. But Bharat. Why the but is used? But Bharat ruled the kingdom. So why the but? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains, because his father Rishabhadev is Bhagavan. But Bharat, the Mahabhagavata, he ruled the kingdom. So the but here is to indicate that he is not God, just like his father, but he is Mahabhagavata, a great devotee. That is the indication of but. Tasyam uha va atmajan kartsno nanu rupanatmanah pancha janayamasa bhutadiriva भूत सूक्ष्माणि सुमतिं राष्ट्रभृतं सुदर्शनम आवरणम धूम्रकेतुमिति. अहंकार हईते जेमन शब्द स्पर्शादि सूक्ष्म भूतगणेर उत्पत्ति हय, राजा भरतौ सेयरूप पंचजनीर गर्भे सर्वगुणे आत्मसदृश सुमति राष्ट्रभृत सुदर्शन आवरण ओ धूम्रकेतु नामक 5टी पुत्र उत्पादन करियाछिलेन. So from the womb of Panchajani, Bharat gave birth to 5 children. The name of those children, Sumati, Rashtrabhrit, Sudarshan, Avaran and Dhumraketu. These are the 5 children that Panchajani begot from Bharat, King Bharat. An example is given here. Just like Ahankara, the perverted ego, the false ego, is the cause of other material elements. There are 8 elements total. Bhumir, Apo, Analo, Vayu, Kham, Mana, Buddhi, Ahankara. These are the 8 elements. out of which earth, water, fire, air, ether, these are the gross elements, and mind, intelligence, and ego, these are the subtle elements. Gross elements means one can feel, one can touch, one can perceive, whereas subtle elements means one can only experience. The existence of the mind can only be experienced. It cannot be seen, it cannot be touched, it cannot be felt, it can only be experienced. The property of the mind is manana shakti iti manaha, to meditate, to contemplate, to remember. That is the activity of the mind. Therefore, when we say that there is, the presence, the remembrance is there, forgetfulness is there, happiness is there, distress is there, this is the experience of the mind. The mind is experiencing happiness, distress. The mind is experiencing, the sweetness or the sourness. We may say our tongue is experiencing it, but who is giving that intelligence? It is the mind. The mind is giving that. Just like we see these days in the restrooms, we have, sensor taps. We have taps that are, that have laser sensors. If you put your hand, then it will sense your palm and then it will give water. Isn't it? You understand? You don't understand. The sensors are there, right? If they sense your hand and they give water, the taps. There is a sensor. What is that sensor? That sensor is the intelligence. That is the intelligence. After the intelligence says to the tap that give water, then only it will give, not before that. You understand the example? In a similar manner, the tongue is tasting, but it can taste only after the mind says that, taste it. Through the mind only we are able to understand. For a person whose mind is controlled, he will not be, oh, this is sour, this is sweet, this is bitter. No. Because his tongue is there, but it is not working. Why? The mind is engrossed in bhajan or somewhere else. Isn't it? Sometimes you are eating. How does it taste? Oh, I don't know. I am lost somewhere. Why? Your tongue is there. Tongue is supposed to taste it. Your tongue is not telling. No, because the mind is not there, the tongue will not be able to understand the sweetness or sourness, what is the taste of it. Simply the presence of the tongue does not necessarily mean I can feel it. The mind will make it feel. Similarly, I am seeing some object, but I am not necessarily seeing an object. I am just seeing, but I am lost in some thoughts. Hello, hello. Someone will say hello, but I am lost in the thoughts. Why? Because my mind is engrossed elsewhere. I am seeing all these actions, so-called, my eyes are seeing, but they are actually not seeing. Because the mind is engrossed elsewhere. So what I wanted to say is that what we can perceive means that is inferior to the mind. Mind is superior to the gross sense organs. Above mind is intelligence. The mind is telling taste it, but intelligence is telling no, it is not good, it is very sour, reject it, take something else. Intelligence is superior to mind. The mind is an outcome of intelligence, because the finer the element, that will be the cause of the gross element. Okay? And above that is false ego. Whereas that come in the first place, ego is the cause. The false ego or the perverted ego is the cause of intelligence. That intelligence is the cause of mind, and mind is the cause of other sense organs. Okay. Why I said this is, an example is given here. Just like a perverted ego or a false ego is the cause of the 5 sense organs, in a similar manner, King Bharat has created or caused 5 children. Okay, that is the reason I gave that example. You understood the example or not? Yes, little. You understood. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Bhutadihi iva. Bhutadi bolite ahankara tattva. The ahankara tattva, the false ego, is the cause of other, inferior sense objects. अर्थात अहंकार तत्व जे रूप क्षित्यादि पंच सूक्ष्म भूत उत्पादन करे राजा भरतौ से रूप स्वीय भार्या पंचजनीर गर्भे आत्मसदृश 5टी पुत्र उत्पादन करियाछिलेन. So just like the perverted ego is the cause of 5 sense objects, in a similar manner the Bharat has become the cause of 5 children from his wife, Panchajani. Okay, if example is not understood, simply Bharat has 5 children. That is the purport of this. Ajanabham namaitadvarsham bharatamiti jato arabhya vyapadi पूर्वे এই বর্ষের নাম অজনাভ ছিল। ভরত রাজা হইবার পর এই বর্ষকে পণ্ডিতগণ ভারতবর্ষ বলিয়া থাকেন। Previously, this continent was called as Ajanabha Varsha. It was previously Ajanabha Varsha. But after Bharat became the king, it became Bharata Varsha on his name. Previously, the kingdom used to be by the name of the powerful leaders, kings. We have these days, right, Mahatma Gandhi Road, or Vivekananda Road, and in your country also you have the roads and the name of the ministers or some other persons. So, in a similar manner, previously the entire continent used to be by the name of the kings or the powerful kings. So previously it was called as Ajanabha Varsha, and later, ever since Bharat became king, it is known as Bharata Varsha. Rishabhadev had 100 children. He had 100 children, and the eldest one is Bharat. Rishabhadev wanted that Bharat should rule. Always, father gives the responsibility to the eldest son. Eldest son's responsibility is not only to take care of the family, but to take care of all the responsibilities that the father has given. That is the responsibility of an eldest son. He is like a father. After father, elder brother is like a father. He is supposed to take care of the entire family. So Bharat is the eldest son, and Rishabhadev wanted that Bharat should become the king. He had 91 other brothers. 9 of them became the rulers. After Bharat Maharaj, these 9 have become rulers, the kings. And there are 9 Yogendras, Navayogendras. We heard this conversation with Nemi in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So they are the sons of Rishabhadev. Okay, 9 of them became preachers of devotional path, the Navayogendras. And remaining 81 persons or children, they became the proponents of fruitive activities, karma kanda activities. So 81 became proponents of karma kanda, 9 became proponents of devotional path, 9 became the rulers, and Bharat became the principal ruler after Rishabhadev. Okay, that counts makes it 100. Okay. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes in the commentary, Ajanabham নাভির এবং अजेर বলিতে ঋষভদেবের এই বর্ষ স্বামিকত্ব হেতু অর্থাৎ তাহাদের ইহা সত্ত্ব বলিয়া তাহাদের নামানুসারে এই রাজ্যের নাম Ajanabha Hoyyachilo. So why the name Ajanabha is mentioned by Vishnachakari Thakur? Why Ajanabha? Nabhi is the first ruler, and after Nabhi his son Rishabhadev. Rishabhadev's another name is Aja. Aja means unborn. Rishabhadev, the Lord is unborn. He does not take birth. Atma is also called unborn. Another name of Atma is Aja. Ajo Nitya Shashvatoyam Nahanyate Hanyamane Sharire. Even though the body is dead, Atma is permanent because it is Aja. The body dies, takes birth. Dies, takes birth. But Atma does not. Just like, I give an example, mobile is there. I can remove all the parts of the mobile, I can assemble them. I can break it, I can make a new mobile. But I am not changing. I am changing the mobile. It is being told that Aja is Rishabhadev, Supreme Lord is also Aja, he is also unborn, and Nabhi is the king. Nabhi and Aja put together Ajanabha. That is why previously when they were ruling the kingdom, it is in a similar manner Bharat also ruled. King is not simply Shashanakarta, is not just a dictator. He is not one who can punish, who can chastise, who can extract taxes from the citizens. No. The king should be loving and affectionate towards all his citizens. Only then the kingdom will become prosperous. Only then, in the need, all the citizens will become of the king. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. So, here, just like his father and forefather, King Bharat was situated in righteousness, dharma, and he took care of all his citizens properly. The Bharatavarsha, at that time, he performed very, huge sacrificial activities, and he also performed some minor sacrificial activities also. Big sacrificial activities and small sacrificial activities. Everything he performed with faith. With faith he performed activities. Tini je Agnihotra, Darsha, Paurnamaso, Chaturmasya, Ashwamedadi, Pashuyaga or Somayage Adhikari Chilan. He was expert in performing various sacrificial activities. Just like Agnihotra activity. Agnihotra is where there is a sacrificial activity, fire sacrifice performed. Agnihotra is performed, in Vedic times, it used to be performed within the house. One in the morning, one in the evening, twice a day, Agnihotra as per the Vedic activities they used to perform. So, it's not like a very vast activity where many persons are invited and a big sacrificial arena has been, erected. No, it's not like that. But in a small Agnihotra, small activity within the family, he used to perform. Darsha, another kind of, activity. Paurnamasa, the vow of Paurnamasi. Paurnamasi Vrata means, in a fasting activity, and as per the moon, there is a fading moon and there is a waxing moon. During those both days, as per the moon's darshan, the quantity of food will come down or go up. So that is the Paurnamasi Vrata. So one will eat, no food on Amavasya, no moon day, and slowly, gradually increase it to full moon day. And then from full moon day again to no moon day, it will be reduced. So this kind of Paurnamasi Vrata, Chandrayana Vrata. Ashwamedadi Yagya. Ashwamedha means giving, sacrifice, horse sacrifice, where animals are, sacrificed. This, he was expert in this. Somayoga. Somayoga means, offering beverages to Varuna Dev, etc. So all these, various kinds of activities, sacrificial activities, religious and righteous activities, he was expert. He was expert in all these things, and he used to perform with great faith. এই সকল যজ্ঞ কখনও সর্বাঙ্গ কখনও বা বিকলাঙ্গ ভাবে সম্পন্ন করিলেন. Sometimes he would perform these sacrificial activities with all the limbs required. Means to perform a sacrifice there are many arrangements required, and there is also a shortcut procedure. So he used to perform an elaborate sacrificial activity. He also used to perform a shortcut or a partial sacrificial activity. Everything he used to perform very religiously. এবং তদ্বারা চাতুর্হোত্র বিধির সহিত নিরন্তর ভগবানের পূজা করিতে লাগলেন. And through Chaturhotra means there are 4 persons required, 4 priests required for yajna. They are called Hota, Udgata, Adhvaryu, Brahma. These are the 4 persons required for performing a sacrifice. Hota, Udgata, Adhvaryu, Brahma. I will explain these things tomorrow because today time is up. So these are the 4 priests required for performing fire sacrifice. So he would perform all the sacrificial activities with these Chaturhotra, with these 4 priests. They are called Ritviks. They use to perform fire sacrifice. They are called Ritvik Brahmanas. So we will go through this in detail tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatattvatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki jai. Paramaraditam Patita Pavana Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Leela Pravishthom Vishnupad Pramta Stotra Sata Shri Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jagat Guru Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Saparikar Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Shri Shri Radha Govind श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की जय. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय. श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय. श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय. महाराज भरत की जय. जय श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय. श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल.